The 87th Infantry was one of the many newly minted replacement divisions that found themselves thrust into brutal combat. Among them was 18-year-old enlistee Jack Moran. Here to tell his story is an Oscar nominee and multiple Emmy-winning actor whose parents served in the military during and after World War II, Bryan Cranston.
We were just a bunch of smart-ass kids, 17 and 18. We thought it was going to be an adventure. We didn't have any fear. We were just, let's get over there. Let's get into the fight. Our first day in action was in the Saar Valley outside of Metz, France. I saw 7 guys go down in 15 seconds. My best friend from basic, Hugh Gorman, got shot in the face by a German machine gun. When you get hit by a machine gun, it isn't just one bullet. You can't drop fast enough to avoid number 2, number 3, number 4. It ripped his face out. That month of combat, I saw enough death and destruction to last me a lifetime. Up on a place called Hill 360, I lost 4 more friends: Noble, Alton, McKinney, and my squad leader, Tommy Langston. I became the squad leader after that. All they told us was Hitler had broken through at the Bulge and destroyed our 106th Division in the first hour. 8,000 men taken prisoner. The way we heard it, General Eisenhower told Patton and Montgomery, the British commander, that he needed some help. Patton hated Montgomery. So when Montgomery said he can be up there in 4 days, Patton said he can do it in 3. Well, that was us. A 40-hour ride in open bed trucks, freezing our butts off in the cold, strafed the whole way. No blankets, no bedrolls. We got up around Bastogne in the middle of the night. Snow was about a foot deep. At 4 o'clock the next morning, I remember I was sucking on a frozen turkey leg. That was my Christmas dinner for 1944. We dug a circle of foxholes and stayed quiet. The Germans had us surrounded. The kid in the foxhole next to me got a bullet between the eyes. All we could do was pull his helmet down and try not to look. One night I heard somebody 3 feet from my foxhole. I pulled a pin on a grenade, I rolled it over the edge and hoped it didn't kill any of us. It did the job. 6 days we were pinned down. Our food ran out after 3. When we got thirsty, we ate snow. The Germans threw a lot of heavy mortars at us. The 88s came in thick as snowflakes. I mean, it got so bad, I knelt in my foxhole. I held up my arms and I said, "Please stop. Please, God, stop the shelling." That was the first time I ever cried in the war, and the last. The brass figured we'd been all wiped out. Headquarters started to pack up our personal effects, but after the Army Air Force broke through, we managed to make it back to base with our dead and wounded. Finally got to take a hot bath. Ooh, it sure beat throwing flea powder down your underwear. From Bastogne, we started marching east toward Germany. We crossed the Rhine at midnight in boats about as big as a pool table. 128 men in 16 boats, 8 men to a boat. The second we hit the water, the Germans started throwing up flares. They lit up that river like it was a baseball field at 9 o'clock. I yelled for my men to dig in. And some of the guys were so tempted to jump into the water and swim, but with all that equipment, you'd drown if you didn't freeze to death first. I had a radio man in my boat, Frank Nagel. He was riding number 3 position directly behind me. Halfway across, I felt a bullet whiz past me, and it hit Frank in the heart, and he fell over on top of me. We lost about half our men that night. They were pulling corpses out of the river for a week after that. So much blood in the water. It was a terrible thing to look at, and you never forget. My unit arrived in Buchenwald 2 days after it was liberated. Now, we already knew the concentration camps existed. They had started to remove the dead bodies, but there were still survivors there. Human shadows, barely able to stand, but oh, still happy to see us. We went through the barracks, we saw the ovens. It was hard to believe man could be so inhumane to his fellow man. Now, when the news of the German surrender came, our outfit was one of the first to be sent home. They wanted us back in training for the invasion of Japan, and we were going to be in the first wave. It ate at our guts. I didn't think I could survive 2 wars. And thank God it was over before we got there. On Memorial Day, my mind goes back to the guys who fought and died right next to me. The guys I lost on Hill 360, the saddest day of my life. And when I close my eyes, I can still see it all. The price we paid to win that war was staggering. So many men never got the chance to be a good parent or a loving husband. They lost everything. And I thank God every single day for protecting and saving me. Sometimes I don't think I deserve all the good fortune I've had. And well, there aren't many of us left. War is a terrible thing, but that war was so important. Making it out alive means you're here for a purpose. You're on a mission. I give talks to young people. I share my story. I hope I can inspire pride in their country, an appreciation for the sacrifices and suffering so many people endure to protect our way of life. If I can do that, then it'll be worth every drop of blood we shed.